Wilbur Sargunaraj.
I think a lot of people in this room share a common YouTuber,
Yes.
a common influencer.
Yes.
We all love. He's a friend of ours. He's basically a musician.
He's also a filmmaker
He's a culture ambassador.
and a social media sensation.
But most importantly, he likes to call himself a simple superstar. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce Wilbur.
Hello, AIRBUS! My name is Wilbur Sargunaraj. Before I say anything more, this is an actual rocking comms event, right? So we need to put the rocking back in the comms. So what we're going to do is, we're going to dance. How many of you like to dance? There's a lot of you who don't like to dance. That's okay. How many of you like to sing? There's a part for everyone today, okay? So to start off, just to loosen up because you've been sitting, I'm going to get some background dancers. Mustafa and Irene, could you come up on the stage, please? Now, everybody please stand up with me. We just move your shoulders up and down like that. That's all you have to do, okay? Up in the air, and then everybody put your hands in the air and say, oh, I can
Fly.
fly. Perfect. That's excellent. Okay, and then just do a merengue, very simple, like this. Like this, back and forth, left, right, left. Oh, shake those hips, AIRBUS. Perfect, that's all you. And for those of you who don't want to do any of that, just cross your arms like this. Look at me and say, why is this guy with these strange pants telling me to do all these things? Okay, perfect. Are we ready?
Yay.
Come on. Are we ready? First class. Everybody say first class.
First class.
Yay.
You can fly up in the sky. Everybody put your hands in the air and say, oh, I can fly. Everybody put your hands in the air and say, oh, I can fly. AIRBUS is the best up in the sky. Come with us and fly.
Thank you. Okay. So as I said before, my name is Wilbur Sargunaraj. Can you say Wilbur Sargunaraj? Perfect. I'm a musician, a filmmaker. They call me all these different names. At the heart, I am an #avgeek, an aviation enthusiast. I love flying. I'm one of those people, ever since I was a little kid, I always get the window seat, look outside, and I'm always, constantly, even to this day, in awe and in wonder of flying. And this will be me forever and ever and ever. So, the AIRBUS connection. That's me when I was a little kid, thinking of AIRBUS. Now, I'm telling you, this is a series. This is a true story. When I was young and I was taking a flight from Bombay to Chennai, my parents, I was really, really young. The first word that I learned about aviation wasn't airplane. My parents never said, we're going on an airplane, we're going on an aircraft, we're going on Air India. They said, we're going on an AIRBUS. Which parent says that back in the 80s, the early 80s? They didn't even use plane. I'm serious. They said we're going to AIRBUS. So in my mind, I'm always thinking AIRBUS is this big, gigantic bus with these wings. It was crazy. Only after a while did I realize, okay, so this is actually a company that makes aircraft. So there's a very strong AIRBUS connection. So my work as a cultural intelligence facilitator, as a musician, as a filmmaker, it's allowed me to call the sky my second home. And I love, like I said before, I love flying. I think over the last 10 years, I've flown on the A380 a number of times. I love that aircraft because I sleep so well. It's so quiet. It's so very first class. And I always make my economy first class. I'll talk about that concept later. Interestingly, I came from Dubai to Paris on an Emirates A380. And then my debut Air France. I've never been on Air France before. Debut Air France on another AIRBUS A321. And guess what I flew? From Chennai to Dubai. A very first class Boeing 777. Did I say Boeing? Boo. That's the X mark is what I usually use in my videos for something that is not good, if you see my videos. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to take a journey on Wilbur. There's Wilbur. Wilbur, I think, is an AIRBUS. And it's powered, these engines are powered by social media. A lot of what I do, everything what I do, the relationships that I've had, everything what I do is all about social media, connections on social media. So today, we're going to look at the power of social media. I'm going to give you some examples of what I do on social media. We're going to look at going beyond clicks, views, and likes. And then we're going to look at how we can use two concepts. One is the moving from the selfie to the other fee, a concept that I kind of created on social media, and then also using your cultural intelligence strategy. Okay, so are we all ready? Yes. Buckle the seatbelts, please. We are going to fly on Wilbur Air. So, I am from the village, rural Tamil Nadu. I'm serious. I'm, like they said, a simple superstar. I'm a very simple, common person. My father's from the village. Before social media was ever a thing, I was going. I mean, this was back in the day when you would talk face-to-face with people. You'd go, and as a musician, I would go from town to city, get my message, my music across. Before social media was this is how I was doing it. And yeah, this is the, cow bus. That's a Matu Vandi. Everybody say Matu Vandi. Perfect. And everybody say terminology. Perfect. This is another jingle that I use on my videos to kind of do a question. If you have a question, this is what I usually do. So anyways, this is how I used to do. Everything was very, very relational. And I feel, social media is amazing what it can do, and I'm going to tell you a little bit some of the stories, but also it really has taken people away from true, genuine relationships. It's the truth. And I go into schools and talk and have these social media workshops with the kids, and that's the number one thing that I hear. The kids are tired. They want to connect. They really want, and they don't. It's really difficult because they're having a difficult time relating to one another, and those really amazing first-class relational skills. So in 2009, I met my mentor. This is Jean Vanier. Some of you may know him. This is a French connection. He lives north of Paris in Trolly, France, and he runs a center for disabled people called l'Arche. And so Jean Vanier at that time, he inspired me to move away from this life of fame, just really empty fame and mainstream success. And he inspired me to live this life of celebrating the common, the simple things. And so my vision statement for Wilbur Worldwide became making the common extraordinary. That's my vision. That's what I do. That's what I do on YouTube, on social media, Twitter, whatever it is. I'm always looking at ways to make make the common extraordinary. And also another thing, this whole thing about being a simple superstar. Everybody has intrinsic value. And how can I basically take someone's story in a village and use this amazing platform that I've been given to share their story with the world? So it's a huge inspiration to me. At that time, I launched on the social media platform called YouTube a music video called Love Marriage, very taboo subject in India. Everyone wants a love marriage because we are told we have to have a arranged marriage. So, ladies and gentlemen, I was just having fun, complete fun with this thing. The people who you see on the screen, those are the staff members at my parents' destitute center that they run in the village. We went up, my sister took the camera. It was an old digital camera with the tape and everything. Like, we're talking very old. And we filmed it, and we just had a great time. It was the process that was so first class. We looked at the video afterwards. We laughed and laughed and laughed. I didn't know that there was a platform called YouTube. Someone said, hey, you should upload this on YouTube for fun. I said, okay, fine, I'll do it for fun. It was so amazing. I mean, people started enjoying it. They're like, Wilbur, you need to make more simple videos about the village and about rural life. So I said, okay, why don't I do that? Why don't I make a video on how to use an Eastern latrine? Many of you have come up to me and you've said, oh, I've seen that video, I've seen that video. What's amazing is I get these emails from these professors in countries saying, Wilbur, we're sending our students down to India, and the first thing that we do is we show them your Eastern latrine video. So I made this video, and I decided, okay, I'm having fun with this. Why don't I make another video? So I did how to use the European latrine. I mean, that sink is very low to the ground. I was thinking, like, what is this, the bidet? So I wanted to do this. I made another one, how to use the African pit latrine in Uganda. It's also a lot of fun. Scary, too, as well, because that hole is like this small. So you have to aim for the hole and take the leaf and put it in, so it's a little bit scary, all cultural intelligence stuff. Moving on from that, I did how to use a Japanese latrine. I lived in Japan for a year. I thought, oh, we have to make this, how to use a Japanese latrine. So I did that. So you're thinking, I mean, is this all you do, Wilbur? You make toilet videos? No. Why I'm showing this to you is because this is how it started. It was so organic. It was completely for fun. But I did have a message that always went along with these videos. I was staying true. Any sort of connection, any of the fans who contacted me, I was always trying to connect with them. This was just, a platform. How can I use this platform to connect with other people? So I've made many different videos. How to tie the sari, how to play the bagpipes, how to dance, all these different videos that I made. And I thought, okay, I need to get away from making these toilet videos, but there's one final video that I need to make about a toilet. And so, in 2009, when there was the first A380 flying from Hong Kong to Singapore, I contacted Singapore Airlines, their communications team. And I said, hello, my name is Wilbur Sargunaraj. I'm wondering if I can make a video on your A380. I'm a huge aviation enthusiast. They said, okay, sir. What is your video about? It's how to use an A380 latrine. And guess what they said? Of course. No, they did not say of course. They said, no, I'm sorry, we can't do that. So I decided, okay, fine. I'm just going to go in there. I'll lock the door. I'm not going to show any Singapore Airlines branding, and I'll just make myself a nice how to use Airbus A380 800 latrine video. So I had a lot of pilots now comment on this, which is really very interesting. Anyways, there is a need for this, because there's a lot of people who don't know how to use an airplane toilet. Please, if you're one of those people who soil the floor, please stop doing that. People sometimes they don't, and this I'm serious. I would love to get in touch with an airline to commission me to make a video series on how to actually fly on the plane and how to use a latrine like that, because there's a lot of people in this world who don't know how to do that. So that's, once again, making the common extraordinary. A couple more stories really quickly. This is Humaid. He works in real estate in Dubai. He's a huge fan of the work that I do. He said, Wilbur, you're coming to Dubai. Can we meet? And he said, where do you want to meet? I said, well, let's go to the Emirates A380 experience. Let's connect there. So he said, okay, fine. We went there, we decided to make a video out of it, and we dubbed it How to Fly the Wilbur A380, and it was a lot of fun. Once again, relationships. I was connecting with Humaid, and social media was out there. We connected on there, but then all of a sudden, in real life, we got this face-to-face time, and now he's a very dear friend of mine. Another story is how to fly for the first time. Here's another example of making the common extraordinary. This is Chain Jayapal. He is a friend of mine in the village. He's never flown on a plane, so I decided to make a video how to fly for the first time. And we took Indigo A320, there's another Airbus connection, from Bombay to Bangalore. And we filmed his whole journey, like really raw, just the story, just capturing his face, looking at, oh my goodness, outside. But the only thing is he never looked outside. He was always looking at the stewardesses the whole time. It's like, Jayapal, you're flying for the first time, look out there. But he was like, because he'd never seen stewardesses dressed up he's from the village. Anyways, that's another story. All this, so what happened was all these press, the press decided they saw these videos, and Roger Ebert stumbled upon Love Marriage. He tweeted about that. And then I became known as this pioneer on the social media platform. And so I had this platform on social media, I was experimenting on MySpace. MySpace came and went. Orkut came and went. I was on Facebook. Twitter came and I said, I don't want to be on Twitter. How many things can I do? There's so many. But what was amazing is there's always someone who was reaching out to me on these platforms. And I decided, yes, I need to be on there, because the most amazing stories and experiences for me and projects and opportunities have come out completely through social media and having interaction with people. Social media, for me, has become amazing. It is so powerful. It has been able to sell my lungi pants, get my music out there. It's absolutely amazing. It's an incredible tool. We all know that. And so here are some examples that I'd like to share with you. This is Debbie. I'm an ambassador for the Dark is Beautiful campaign in India. In India, we have a problem with what we call skin color bias. Okay? So many people want to be fair, and we don't like the color of our skin. So one of the things that we do is on social media, we get stories. I get stories from fans like Debbie and other women who want to share their experience. So every week, every other week, it's called the Wilbur WCW, Wilbur Wednesday, Woman Crush Wednesday, but we don't actually stick to Wednesday. It's always some other time too, because there's just so many people who want to share. And it's a beautiful way of empowering other people, the common person. Debbie's not a superstar. She's not known. She's just a simple common teacher in New Delhi. And now she gets to share her story. And so many other people get to share. And I can use my platform as a way to get their stories out there. Another project that we recently did completely using social media was on the issue of migrants. I had a fan from Paris who contacted me. He said, Wilbur, I love the humanitarian work that you're doing. Is there anything that I can do to help? I said, you know what? This issue has been on my heart. I would really like to go to Greece and to meet with some of the refugees. And he says, what do you need? I said, well, this is how much it would cost. I can't get down there. She immediately, we haven't even met. This is the crazy thing. We haven't even met. She sent the money down, and I was in Greece making these really crazy videos documenting their stories, the refugees' stories. And it was so incredible how this person sitting out in Paris reached out to me through social media, and then all of a sudden I reached out to Tamam, who was a Syrian hip-hop artist, a refugee, actual refugee, who came from Damascus and made his way to France. And he was featured on the BBC, and I said, I need to get someone to rap on this, like a hip-hop artist. And so all of these relationships kind of came together, and we are in the process of editing a music video called The Migrant Song. Migrants, I'm crossing sea. Migrant, want to be free. And so I'm using all these interesting tools and music and comedy and humor, but always staying true to my message of making the common extraordinary. This is a simple superstar movie that we made for the fans, by the fans, 100% of this movie. If you want to get to know who I am, just go on YouTube and type Simple Superstar. It's a full-length feature film. Even the marketing that we did was on social media. The auditions, the marketing, mainstream screenings that we had, they were all done through social media. So the biggest thing for me is I've been so rich. I'm so wealthy in relationships because of social media. And I've seen the power that social media has to connect people genuinely. And all for me boils down to how can I make this, yes, this connection is there, but how can I actually try to make this into an actual FaceTime, real, genuine FaceTime? So, my problem with social media. Do I have a problem? Yes, I do have a problem. As much as social media for me has been great, I come from the era where there wasn't social media. I didn't walk around with a smartphone all the time in my hand and check. I mean, it was always like so relational back in the day, and now it's really hard. Yes, you can do relationships on social media, but there's something different though, and it's changed a little bit. Clicks, views, and likes. It's fantastic. Yes, we can gauge how many people are following us, our brand, how big is our brand, and it's fantastic. I'm not saying that clicks, views, and likes are wrong, but what has happened is, and I see this on social media, is that people now have become reduced to just a number. And you see that with the kids now, that their self-esteem is broken because they only have 64 likes on Instagram or 64 followers here or there. So we've reduced people to mere numbers. And it's really, really sad. Another thing that's happened now is people have started to forget why we create content in the first place. The sense of why is lost with this thing of like, let's make a viral video. We need to go viral, everything is viral. But then the message gets lost. And the sense of why you even make it in the first place gets lost. I know musicians who are completely caught up in just creating something so that it goes viral, and the artistic, that process, the creativity is completely lost now. So much so that companies and people are buying clicks, views, and likes. It's incredible. We've lost that sense. We need to buy that so that we can look, in a sense, bigger. So yes, I do very much so have an issue with social media. So social media is often used for marketing without authentic interaction with us. We post and we just get our message out there, and that's it. We move on thinking that whoever likes this will like it. That's fantastic, and we move on. But it then misses building relationships, and so many opportunities can come. I try my best to connect with as much people as I can. And I know you can't. I mean, I'm talking about like a big company like Airbus. Yes, of course, it's crazy. So many people are tracking with you. I see some of the people, your numbers that you have. They're incredible. But at the end of the day, how can we share the stories of the simple superstars in your company, the stories of your clients? Because it's all about relationships. So, two things. How can we develop these relationships, these genuine relationships? So, I came up with this thing called the other fee. Everybody say other fee. Terminology. Okay, so other fee is basically the opposite of a selfie. Selfie is basically me, myself, and I. There's me. How can I look if I'm in the bathroom and like, oh, it looks so good? The other fee is the opposite. It's basically celebrating other people. How can I use my platform to celebrate other people and what they are doing? Common, simple, ordinary people. So on Twitter, my definition, I put this a while back, another fee is a photograph that one has taken of oneself to promote other-centeredness. 10% of yourself, your head is cut off, and then 90% of other people. So how does this look? Yesterday, I met Mehdi. Mehdi is one of your flight test engineers, a simple superstar. And what if we were to showcase more of that? Tell stories. And I heard that word. I was just here. I came about 2 hours before, and a lot of these words were like stories. And that's what I really resonate with. How can we share stories of people in our company? How can we use social media and use stories? Because stories, everyone loves to hear stories. But it's all getting lost in just the desire for numbers and numbers and numbers. But how can we share those stories? So this is Mehdi. Here's my other fee with your Airbus A350 XWB. By the way, thank you, Airbus. I know it was such an honor that you named this plane after me, the Airbus A350 Extra Wilbur. That's why I'm wearing this shirt today. Thank you so much. So some of the things that Airbus is doing, I've seen personally, because I'm tracking with your social media team, is the social wall, the hashtag iFlyA380. People from around the world can use this hashtag. They share their experiences on the A380. Please, but I want to see more economy passengers. I want to see more making the economy first class, because everything is always business, or first class. How about making your economy first class? Let's do that too as well. Plane Spotter every Friday, giving photographers out there, common, simple photographers that they're taking of your airplanes, empowering them, portraits of employees on Facebook. Fantastic, absolutely. This is what I love. This is what I love to see. So, homework, can you all do a favor for me and take an other fee? It doesn't have to be now, maybe later. Just use the hashtag other fee, and my Twitter handle is @WilburWorldwide, and just tag me in that. And talk about someone, your colleague, your client, whoever it is, and send that Twitter to me just as a way to kind of say, hey, we're all about celebrating other people. We're all about relationships, genuine relationships. There's Humaid again, and there's the guy who's operating the experience, Mr. Umar from Zanzibar. It's always getting to know people, always getting to know. I love that. It's so beautiful. Another reason why we should take other fees and stay away from selfies, it's a true fact. By the Carnegie Mellon University, more people have died taking selfies in India than anywhere in the world. It's crazy, and it's true. So, lastly, one of the other things that I want to share with you is cultural intelligence. So how can you use cultural intelligence really quickly? I'm running out of time. CQ, or cultural intelligence, is basically your ability to work with people from different cultures. Okay, and this is what you are all doing. I mean, you're a global company, you have people from all around the world. How can you use your CQ or your cultural intelligence to develop these relationships? And really, really quickly, I'm going to share the golden nugget of CQ in my mind. And so really quickly, cultural intelligence is made up of 4 capabilities: your CQ drive, your CQ knowledge, your strategy, and your action. CQ strategy is what we're going to look at really quickly, which is basically your level of awareness, just being aware of the people around you, being aware. When you're going into a new culture, what happens? How do you, not making judgments, because then all of a sudden you have these biases about you going into all these different cultures, and you're like, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that, but how can you be aware? And this is something that has helped me. This is a meme that I've come up with. Cultural intelligence, it watches more, it listens more, and it speaks less. And for us as storytellers, as communicators, this is a beautiful way to enter into a relationship with people. It could be a new relationship around the world when you're traveling for business, or it could be right here. How can we watch more of what other people are doing? How can we listen more so that it's not just about me, 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 this is what we're doing, we're fantastic, we're great, yes, Wilbur Sargunaraj is making all this music and it's fantastic. But how can we use our own platforms to talk about what other people are doing? Because at the end of the day, they feel empowered. They're like, oh, wow, Wilbur, you shared my story on your Twitter or on your Facebook or on your blog. That's fantastic. And so amazing to use cultural intelligence to develop these relationships. So we're coming to the end of our journey. We're going to land. We've looked at some of the things of how I've used social media and also moving away from just these clicks, views, and likes and these numbers, and then using the other feed to promote other-centeredness. I'm just so thrilled that I can be here with you today. And this, by the way, is a A340 landing in St. Martin. And I made a video, actually, by the way, which I can't show to you, called How to Experience the Jet Blast. It's online, it's crazy. And I actually photoshopped the KLM off of that shirt, because it was actually a KLM Boeing 747 that did the jet blast, and I was holding onto the fence, and it blew me away. Anyway, so my challenge to you today, and if we can say this together, is to put the social back in social media. Can we all say that together? We need to, because social media is all about relationships. You take the people away, who's going to fly your planes? You take the people away, how are they going to fly? There's no people to fly your planes. Who's going to, it's so important. Who's going to buy my music? Who's going to listen to me? It's all about people. And so I want to wrap up today with a story, very quickly, of a simple superstar. This is Irene. Irene is from Casansero in Uganda. I was there a while back, and I was there with IOM, International Organization for Migration. And they wanted to take me and show me the work that they were doing, so I was going to document a video for them. So I went into her house, I sat on the floor, and Irene was this bubbly woman, a single mother, and she was talking to me, oh, I'm so glad that you came here. I love India. I love Bollywood. I love to dance and everything. So we shared story. It was a beautiful conversation. Irene is a sex worker in Casansero. She has dreams. She has desires. I said, Irene, what would you like to do? What do you want to do? I said, Wilbur, I want to be in a Bollywood video. I said, I'm not a Bollywood star. I'm just a simple superstar, Irene. I can't do this for you, but let me think about something. Maybe I can use my social media platform. We can come up with something. I said, what else would you like? I want to wear a sari, Wilbur. I want to wear a sari. I'm like, okay, a sari. So we made a video on that day. It was called How to Use the Condom. It's not what you think it is. It's a powerful video. You have to watch it. NPR stumbled upon it in Washington, and they said, we need to do a story on this. Can we do? Yes, please. Take the video, push it out. The more people that share the story, the better. So we did this video, How to Wear a Condom. So many people were like, oh, Irene. They watched the video, and she shows to demonstrate how to use this condom. And at the end of the video, people are like, wow, they forget that she's a sex worker. She's a human being who has intrinsic value, a simple superstar. So I went back home and I thought, how can I do this? I did a whole campaign on social media using all the platforms, and we did crowdsourcing. I said, I don't have the money to go back again. People came. I had a fan from Bangalore in India saying, Wilbur, I can't give you that money to fly down there, but I want to give her a sari. So he bought this really beautiful sari, sent it down to me. We raised enough money to go back to see Irene, and we made the music video. And this just happened last year. I went back again. Through the help of the fans and through social media, we were able to visit Irene again and fulfill one of her dreams, which was to be in this video. And I'm telling you, AIRBUS, it draws me to tears, because what's so amazing is that we can all make a difference. Of course, AIRBUS is so huge, but when you take it separately, individually, all of you, we can all make a difference in our small communities. In order to do big things, we need to start right where we are, with what we have, with what platforms that we have, not to get caught up in numbers. If I did that, then I wouldn't be doing what I do. I would stop what I'm doing, but I'm true to my vision and statement of making the common extraordinary. So Irene, not only did we make this amazing video, we called it End the Sex Trade. I wrote a song for her, and it's called End the Sex Trade. It's this fusion between Indian music and Ugandan music. And it's on YouTube, you can watch it. There's a plea, there's a call at the end of the video for people to give towards Irene. We raised enough, and I put this out of my own pocket, we raised enough money to buy Irene a small little shop. And that is the third. I'm hoping to go down to Uganda again for the third time so that I can actually fulfill that promise of, Irene, you're in a music video, not a Bollywood video, but a Wilbur music video, but at least you wore the sari and people can see you on social media. And my next thing is to try to get you outside of the sex trade, and I'm hoping to do that soon. Now, how does this all tie in to AIRBUS? Like you said before, I heard this word connection, connecting people. AIRBUS, I flew with AIRBUS all the way from Toronto Pearson to Dubai. Both the times that I went to see Irene, if there was no aviation, if there was no AIRBUS, how would I get down there? AIRBUS, you are connecting simple superstars like me. I'm just a simple person. I'm not this massive, amazing superstar or Bollywood sensation. I'm a very simple person. But we are doing great things together. You are connecting simple superstars like me to simple superstars like Irene. And together with this powerful medium of social media, we can make a difference. We really can. And I don't mean that to sound cliche. I've seen it over and over and over and over again in the work that I do. So I really hope that you will all go out there, put the social back in social media, and see ways how you can share other people's stories and make the common extraordinary. Romba nandri. Thank you, AIRBUS, for having Wilbur Sargunaraj. Nandri, nandri, nandri.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Wilbur, it was a great speech, very inspiring. But I need to ask you something, and I'm totally serious. Where can I buy your pants?
The power of social media, ladies and gentlemen. Look, now someone wants these pants. By the way, I am not narcissistic. I don't like wearing. This is just purely because when I meet other people, they look and they go like, wow, you have yourself on your pants. I'm like, no. This is just to, if you like these pants, you can get them. They're online, sir. I made a song for my website, www.wilbur.asia, www.wilbur.asia. So these are trademarked Wilbur Sargunaraj lungi pants, so you can get them. So I wish I could give you a pair. Maybe I can give you these, but these are my only pair that I have. If you have another pair of pants, I will give this to you. I'll walk away with your pants and then you can have these. I really am serious if you like these. I'm serious. Just give me something so I can wear till I get back to the hotel, and these are yours.
Everybody put your hands in the air and say, oh, oh, I can fly. Anyone can fly up in the sky. Everybody put your hands in the air and say, oh, oh, I can fly. Everybody put your hands in the air and say, oh, oh, I can fly. Anyone can fly up in the sky. Simple superstars can fly.
Woo! Hello, 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 hello. Yes, thank you, thank you. Next time we do a concert, a full-on concert of a cultural intelligence. Thank you, AIRBUS. Seriously, thank you so much for having me. It really is an honor that you brought me here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. Nandri, Nandri.
Thank you, Wilbur. See you at 8:30, guys.
Wait.
Wait. I forgot something to do. Something so important.
In order.
Let's go.
Oh my goodness, this is going to
I'm
be
bigger
good.
than everybody.
The AIRBUS other fee. Okay, so I'm going to tag AIRBUS on this. We're going to put this all across wherever you are. Facebook, Twitter, anything. Tag yourself on this, okay? Because you guys are the simple superstars. So, wait. Okay, I'll just get.
Wilbur Sargunaraj.